Welcome back to the Out of Bounds podcast. I am Charlie Caleri alongside
Gavin Williams.
And today we're going to be doing a little surprise trivia episode for Gavin right here.
Yeah, we did a couple tribute videos for Charles. He absolutely annihilated the ones that I did for him. So
I did pretty well.
Yeah.
I did pretty well. I did better than I thought. But this one today, I have 15 trivia questions for you. And here's the little difference part of it. There's 3 NFL, 3 NBA, 3 NHL, 3 MLB, and you might be asking, where are the other ones? 1 college football, 1 college basketball, and 1 soccer one. We got a soccer question on
Okay, so
here.
I could tell you right now, I know I will get... No, I'm joking.
The soccer question is not hard. I'm telling you.
Okay, so if that's
I'm telling
not
you
hard,
right now.
I don't think I'm going to get an MLB one right. Not going to lie.
So I did this all catered to you. Like,
Okay.
I know, like, based on, like, what you know about certain leagues. And
Okay.
so I know you don't know as much about, like, MLB as you do NFL or NBA.
Yeah.
So I gave those ones a little bit easier.
Okay.
But, I'll preface this. All of these are gettable, but they're not, like, easy. Okay? So
It's going to be tough.
I did this with a few of I asked these questions to a few other people yesterday, and they did not do too well. They got, like, 2s and 3s and 4s. So
I guess my
out of
line's
15.
4.5.
4.5.
My
I
line's
think
4.5.
that's a doable line.
Okay.
So let's start
Kick
off
it
right
right
here.
off, baby.
NFL 1. That's how I labeled it. So
Okay,
first
NFL
NFL
1.
question. We all remember the Philly special, but who threw the pass?
Oh, I know this. Oh, he played for the Bears. Oh, what's his name? He was, Oh, Gavin.
See this? Okay, so obviously the Philly special, iconic flip from Nick Foles. He caught the pass, but usually I feel like people just forget who threw it. It was just Nick Foles caught it, and everybody forgets who threw it. So I forgot too.
Was he an old Bears tight end?
I don't know if I can give you hints about this
Because
stuff.
I swear, we did this over the summer. So when Charlie came up for the Boilermaker,
Did I ask you this question? I might have asked you this question.
You didn't ask me the question.
Oh.
But like after Charles left, we went to my friend's house and we remade the Philly special. We all gave each other the roles we had to play,
Yeah.
and I had to play the person who threw the ball.
Yeah, and who was it?
Oh
If you don't know, just shoot out a guess.
no, but I know Trey Burton.
Trey Burton. You got it.
I knew
You
it.
got it.
I knew it. Oh,
Okay, so yesterday,
hey, shout out Trey Burton, man.
most common answer yesterday was Alshon Jeffrey.
Okay, that's not
Because
bad. That's
not a
bad.
bad guess
Didn't
at
he
all.
catch the snap?
I think he was involved in the play.
Yeah.
He was on the field for sure, I think. But former Bear too, so that's
Oh,
kind of the
okay, yeah.
correlation there.
Okay,
So
yeah.
maybe people get that confused. But you're 1 for 1.
1 for
Starting
1.
off
Here we go.
hot.
I'm
All
100%
right, so keep
right
track
now.
of your points.
Okay, I got 1.
All right. NBA 1.
Okay.
Question is, who is the only NBA team to come back down from 3-1 twice in the same playoff run? In the year. I want the team in the
Okay,
year.
this was a bubble year. I know that for a fact. So I'm going to say, is that 2020 for the bubble year?
Yes.
Okay, so it was 2020, and it was the Denver Nuggets.
Can you give me what teams they beat in what round?
They beat the Jazz in the first round, and who's the second team?
You know who the second team was.
I think it
You know who the second team was.
was the Grizzlies.
No,
No, I didn't say the answer.
No, I know, but you know exactly. This isn't part of the question. You already got it right. But you know who the second team is. Just think about who blows 3-1 leads.
Oh, it's the Clippers.
It's the LA Clippers, man. We blew that lead in the second round.
Hey, I'm 2 for 2.
Once again, you're 2
Did
for 2.
anybody go for 2 for 2?
No.
Okay.
No. I feel like, honestly, you're going to do a lot better than the other people just because this is catered to you.
And it's pure sports knowledge.
Yeah, it is pure sports knowledge.
Yeah.
So,
And this is our thing.
so you're 2 for 2 right now.
Okay.
It's big.
That's
NHL 1.
This might be the first one I get wrong.
Vegas.
Okay.
The Vegas Golden Knights. They've been in the league for 5 full seasons.
Yep.
They've played in 66 playoff games.
Wow.
Okay? Very impressive.
Yeah.
In first 5 seasons. They also missed the playoffs only 1 time
Yeah.
in the first 5 years. Who are the 4 franchises with fewer games played in the playoffs?
4?
There's 4 of them.
Wow. All right, so Seattle Kraken.
That's okay. So they played 14 games, and they were both last year. They played 2 7-game series. They're 7-7 in the playoffs all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so that was an easy get.
Yeah.
But I feel like the rest are.
You got to think about like just bad franchises. If you get one wrong, I'm actually gonna count you as wrong. That's kind of one of these.
It's
ones
like, can I say like someone like the Atlanta Thrashers? Is that an acceptable answer?
I will, because it's Winnipeg.
Okay.
Winnipeg still counts here. So they've only played in 43 playoff games between the Thrashers and the now current Winnipeg Jets.
Okay.
There's 2 more.
I don't think it's Carolina, because they also had Hartford in there.
Yes.
So I'm not gonna say them.
And they've been on some cup runs too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, they've won a cup too. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got 2.
This is a kind of a tougher question.
I'm gonna throw Minnesota in there.
It's not Minnesota.
Not Minnesota.
And it's a very good guess though, because they are like a very young team, like new franchise, but they made the playoffs a lot, like consistently, just like the Preds have too. So the other 2 teams were Columbus with 41 games.
That was my next guess.
And then Florida, 54 games. So the 2 teams that played in the Cup final last year were 2 of the least experienced teams in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
Organizations in the playoffs.
I don't think I would have guessed Florida, because I mean they're older. So
yeah, I mean they're 96 was when they came in, but they've had some good years in there.
And they made the Cup a couple times.
Yeah, they made the Cup 2 times, and I think other than that, I don't think they've gotten out of the first round. So very interesting there. But
yeah, all right, 2 for 3.
2 for 3.
I'm just glad I named 2 of those teams.
I think you might be able to get this one. It's kind of simple if you know baseball. Like everybody gets this one right away. But if you don't, you might struggle with it. But you might know. MLB 1. What team did David Ortiz play for before the Red Sox?
Ooh. See, you got me there.
And he played there from 97 to 2002, which not many people know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna throw a team out. I'm gonna guess the Kansas City Royals.
No, it was the Minnesota Twins.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that one. I actually didn't know that one.
He wasn't too bad for them, but he never was crazy or indicated that he was going to be a Hall of Famer. Yeah. But turned around with the Red Sox. Right. So
2 for 4.
2 for 4.
Not horrible.
The only college basketball one now.
Okay.
College basketball one.
Makes you really excited for this one.
In 2018, UMBC beat Virginia in the first round of March Madness.
Yeah.
In 2019, Virginia won it all. Who were the other 3 teams in the Final Four that year?
Wow. So
because I figured this is kind of a recent Final Four, but they're kind of like some iffy teams in there that you might not fully expect to be there.
Wow. This is was this the year that I'm asking this question because I don't know if you can answer it. Was this like the Loyola Chicago year with like their Sister Jean run? What year was that? Was that 2018?
That was the year that Michigan lost to Villanova because Michigan beat Loyola in the Final Four.
Okay.
That year. So that was 2018. I think it was the year before. So you're 1 year off on that one.
Okay, so I'm going to throw in
this
2019?
2019. This is a memorable Final Four. I mean, this is
was this our freshman year of high school?
This would have been our freshman year of high school.
Okay, so it was Michigan State and Texas Tech on one side of the bracket. And it was Virginia.
Iconic game.
Yeah.
You know the game. Controversial call that cost this team potentially a championship and gave Virginia a championship.
Oh. Because I remember I skipped my freshman year dance to watch Michigan State play in the Final Four.
Wow. I put that in there too because Gavin is a Michigan State fan, so I want to throw that in there so you could get one of the teams. But I figured Texas Tech and Virginia were 2 teams in the national championship, and then this team right here.
I'm having a really, really hard time remembering this team, actually.
You'll remember the game as soon as I say what team.
Oh.
You'll instantly remember.
Because it was the game before the Michigan State game.
Yes, I think it was the first game.
It was.
I think.
No, I remember. Because this is why I skipped my
because it was at
dance.
night. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Oh. I don't know.
Guess?
Can I ask for a color?
Shoot out a guess.
Can I ask for a color?
No.
Conference.
No. Conference is worse than color.
I know. Player? Ask for player.
No.
Can I ask for anything?
No.
Who did the Cavaliers play in this game?
Just throw out a guess. Anybody.
I don't think it was an ACC team. Because that was the year that Michigan State beat Duke in the Elite Eight to get to the Final Four. And Texas
You're exactly
Tech,
right about that.
Like I remember that
was the Zion year.
I think this was
also
it
not right.
It was
the year they beat Zion.
It was.
So it was the year Taco Fall lost to Zion too.
Yes, Purdue's not in there.
UCF.
Or sorry,
UCF.
UCF's not in there.
UCF is not in there. Duke's not in there. Purdue's not in there. I'll tell you, Purdue's not in there.
Because I didn't know if that was like the Carson.
No.
Year.
Great idea though.
Yeah.
But it's not Purdue.
I'm trying to run through like I don't think it was UNC.
Just shoot at a guess.
Is it like random?
No, not really.
It's a team.
It's a team.
They're there like every March.
Occasionally. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
This sucks.
I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3,
Arizona.
2. No, Auburn.
Oh, I
Remember
knew
the game?
that.
Yep.
Yep,
The
right
controversial was it foul at the end
Yep.
that sent Virginia
That
to the
one
line.
stinks.
Yeah, that one was one that cost Auburn.
That's
and
an
Bruce
easy
Pearl,
point. I just messed up.
I thought honestly that was going to be. I thought you would have gotten that over like maybe Texas Tech, which is crazy to say, but
I know.
that game was just like so good.
And the Michigan State game was so horrible.
Yeah.
I
really
remember
was.
that.
Okay.
Oh, that one sucks.
So that's
I'm
one
2
right
for
there.
5. Wow, I really should have had that one.
It's all right.
Wow.
It's all right. All right, you got a lot of questions left.
I know.
MLB 2 now.
Oh God.
What's the longest current World Series drought? So it's not just the team that's been in the longest that hasn't won one. This team actually has been, their drought has actually eclipsed the team that, so the Brewers, they haven't won a championship, okay? I'll just tell you right now, it's not them, okay? They haven't won a World Series, but they're the oldest team without one. This team existed before them and won the World Series before they existed, but hasn't won since.
I'm gonna guess the Oakland A's.
It's Cleveland.
Oh.
Cleveland, 1948.
Wow.
1948. The A's went on a little bit of a run in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
In the 70s too. So
Okay.
they were good for a little bit in there.
All right.
The soccer one now. Here we go. I think you might be able to get this one. I think you will because it's not too hard.
Excuse me. Yeah. I'm ready.
Who was in the last World Cup final and who won?
It was Argentina and France, and Argentina won.
How? How did they win?
It was.
This isn't part of the question.
Okay. It was like a Messi PK. I think.
It was PKs. Yeah.
Yeah. PKs.
There you go.
All right.
Soccer one. See,
I only remember
soccer
that-
one was like.
I only remember
Yeah.
that. I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't watch that game, like
I watched that game.
no, I did. But
one of
it's
my
like,
favorite games.
But
soccer games
I'm just saying, like,
I've watched.
if I didn't know who Mbappe was,
Oh yeah, no.
I wouldn't have known that France was in the.
That game was
final.
crazy. It was 3-3, and I remember it was like that stretch of like 10 minutes. There was like 4 goals or something.
Yeah.
It was like Messi and Mbappe were just going back and forth. Great
Yeah,
game.
it
I'm
was
not
a
a
good
big
game.
soccer guy, but
I'm not either.
I always get in the World Cup and the Euros for like Italy when
All
they
right.
get on. So
So it's 3
yeah,
out of 6.
I can get into soccer when it's like national.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. 3
Um.
out of 6.
Yeah. NBA 2 now.
Okay.
In 1976, the ABA folded and the NBA picked up 4 of their teams. What 4 teams moved from the ABA to
All right.
NBA in
This
'76?
is a tough one. I know the Nets are one of them.
Have you seen the movie Semi-Pro?
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Semi-Pro?
Not
Those are the
like-
4 teams that got chosen at the end of the movie.
Oh, I mean, I don't remember it that much, but
It was right at the end.
I know the Nets are one of
The
them.
Nets are one of them.
Because it was Julius Erving, Dr. J. The other 4, I don't. The other 3, I have 0 clue, so I'm gonna spit out some names.
All right.
Can I at least get their Eastern and Western Conference currently?
There's 2 Western, 1 Eastern.
2 Western.
2 Western, 1
So it
Eastern.
was 2 and 2.
2 and 2. They were also called the New York Nets when they moved over.
yeah,
Then they became New Jersey.
Jersey and then
Brooklyn now.
Okay.
But all these other teams have the same names from when they moved.
Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna go Eastern Conference again. Oh, should I go Western first?
I don't know.
Was that the only hint you can give me on the whole
yeah,
episode?
that's all I'm giving you.
No, I mean like the
can't
whole
give you that.
episode.
Maybe. We'll
Okay.
see. That wasn't the hint, though, that I had. I have another hint that's for
Okay.
another question. It's actually next,
You know,
if you need it.
I'm gonna. So we got the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go.
Just throw it out there. What do you think?
What year was it?
76.
Can you tell me how many teams were in the NBA?
Not
Before.
too many. If you know, like, generally when teams came in,
Yeah.
you could probably figure out you can probably figure out what teams it's not. You could probably assume it's not like the Raptors. They came in 95,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm gonna guess the Timberwolves.
No, I was going to
Yeah.
stop you right there. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the Denver Nuggets, Spurs, and the Pacers.
Yeah, I was not guessing one of those.
Those are 4 franchises that are just like besides maybe the Spurs in their run that they went on. Those are just 4 franchises that are just there, kind of.
Except for the Nuggets recently.
Yeah, but like generally, historically, just there.
Very true.
NHL 2 now.
Okay.
What is the
So I'm
name?
3 for 7 right now.
Yes. What is the name of the Rookie of the Year trophy? And I have a hint if you need it. But you'll definitely get it from the hint, but I won't give you the point if you get it from the hint.
Wow. So if I get it wrong, can I get the hint and then get it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can I ask a question that's not part of the hint?
Yeah, sure.
Is the player like recent?
No, not at all. None of the hockey names for awards are like
I'm gonna go.
recent.
I'm gonna go Bobby Orr Rookie of the Year.
It was not. It's
Whoa.
here's the hint right here.
Yeah, I want the hint.
It's the same name as the AHL finals.
It's a Calder.
Calder.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's the Calder Cup finals, and then it's the Calder
Rookie of the
Memorial
Year.
Trophy.
Wow.
That's the Rookie of the Year trophy.
So I'm 3 for 8.
3 for 8. NFL 2.
Okay.
What NFL team played in the Pontiac Silverdome from 1975 to 2001?
Can I get an honest year?
Pontiac is a city.
I was
Pontiac's
thinking of
a
like
city.
I was thinking of like a car.
Pontiac's a city.
Can I get like a Eastern West or a
No,
NFC,
I'm
AFC?
no.
Pontiac what?
Pontiac Silverdome.
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 I think this is before Ford Field. I'm gonna go the Detroit Lions.
It is the Detroit Lions. What a get! I mean, as soon as you said car, I mean,
Yeah.
instant Detroit right there, and then silver. I mean, their helmets are silver, iconic silver helmets. So
I remember.
Detroit Lions right there.
I remember that because I think I watched like this video where this guy watched.
It's
like,
run down now,
Yeah.
and they like some guys like went in there and they remember that was a whole thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like in the mid 2010s, people would like go into abandoned stadiums and buildings and stuff and like play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
But,
we're at 4 for 9.
4 for 9, but good pull getting the Detroit Lions there. That was
That was a big one.
big right there.
That was a big one.
Or the last MLB one right here.
Okay, get it out of the way.
3 of these teams have won exactly 2 World Series. Okay? Who is the other one?
Okay.
Okay? It's a multiple choice question.
Okay.
The Angels, the Marlins, the Blue Jays, and the Royals.
So who's the only one who hasn't?
So 3 of those teams have exactly 2 World Series.
Okay.
Have won and the other one has either won less or more.
Okay. So can you rename the teams?
The Angels, Marlins, Blue Jays, and Royals.
I think the Royals will win more. I'm gonna go Royals.
You think they've won more?
Yeah.
You had the same answer and logic as the other people that I did this with. That is not the answer.
Wow.
It is the Angels. They only have 1, and they
Oh.
won in 2002. The Marlins have won in 97 and 2003. The Blue Jays won back-to-back in the early 90s, 92 and 93. And then the Royals, they won recently in 2015, and then they won in the 80s. They won
That's why I thought
85.
they pulled another one out.
That's why I put the Royals in there. I put the Angels because they're an old team, but they've only won once, and it was
Yeah,
recently too.
it
Like
was.
they didn't win
Was
for the first 50 years of their existence.
All right.
So
All right, so I'm 4 for 10.
Mhm.
5 more. It's got to pull out 1 more, and I break
you
the
set
line.
the line to yourself for 4.5,
I
so
did.
you just need 1 more. I think you might get this one.
Okay.
NBA 3.
NBA
Who is the oldest MVP of all time?
the oldest MVP of all time?
You don't have to give me the age, but definitely the player, obviously. But I have the year down here too.
Wow. That's kind of crazy. Are we talking in-season tournament finals MVP?
No. I'll give you the age. He was 35 when he won it.
I have 3 guys in my head.
Who are the 3 guys?
I have Bill Russell, I have Wilt Chamberlain, and I have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Is it any one of those 3? That's all I'm asking.
It's not, so you get it wrong.
No,
I'm gonna X you right there.
No, I was just
those are
asking.
the 3 names that you said were in your head. You had no other names in your head.
I got some names in my head.
It's not any of those 3.
Okay. I'll just throw one out
Just
there.
throw one out there within the next 5 seconds.
Tim Duncan.
It's not Tim Duncan. It was Karl Malone
Karl Malone.
in 98-99 who beat the previous record from a guy who was 34. Michael Jordan won it when he was 34 in
I knew it wasn't-
97-98.
I knew
so
it
the
wasn't
year,
MJ.
The year before, MJ broke the record for the oldest MVP, and then Karl Malone broke it the year after.
I knew it wasn't MJ, but yeah.
Isn't that interesting? Karl
Yeah.
Malone, 35.
That one
98,
sucks.
99.
All
They
right, 4 for 11.
balled out that year. All right, NHL 3.
Okay.
Last NHL one. We have 3 questions left.
Okay.
Wayne Gretzky is the all-time leader with 2,857 all-time points. That's insane.
Yeah.
Who's second? And I'll tell you, the number that they have is 1,921. So Wayne Gretzky is almost 900 more points than second on the list.
I think it's Alex Ovechkin.
It's not Ovechkin, but that's a good guess. It's Jaromir Jagr.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
And when you think about it, like logistically, how
Yeah.
long he played, it really does make
Is
sense.
Ovechkin on the list somewhere?
Ovechkin's second in the goals list.
Oh, in the goals.
Goals
Jeez,
list.
Gavin.
Yes, which was going to be my question. I
Oh.
thought he's definitely going to know that one, especially because the Rangers play the Caps so much.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah, throughout.
That I don't know because
Jagr
I
on
heard
there.
that stat one time, so that's
Yeah.
what made me say Ovechkin.
All right, so this is next
4 for
one here.
12.
College football one.
Okay.
Okay, so this was one that was the biggest question of the day yesterday because people actually really struggle with this one. I
Okay.
don't really think it's that hard of a question, but thinking about it now, it kind of maybe is.
Lovely.
So, who are or can you name the 4 Heisman finalists in 2022? Last year,
last year.
all 4. Can you name all 4 of them?
Ooh, I don't know if I can name all 4 of them. Man, Caleb Williams is one.
Yeah, he won. So funny thing about that, when I did it with other people, they actually forgot about Caleb Williams. I did it with Ian. He forgot about Caleb Williams, but he named the other 3 guys like right
Really?
away. And then I did it with our friend RT, Ryan Taylor. He also forgot about Caleb Williams until a little bit, only because both of them were thinking about just this year, like him being good this year, and they weren't thinking about
Yeah.
him even remotely last year. But interesting you said him first.
I mean, because he won.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's my only
Yeah, that's
logic
why I was
behind
like,
that.
yeah,
Because I remember it wasn't even close.
not really.
That's why it's gonna be kind of hard to name the other guys. I don't think it's anybody from Alabama. I think C.J. Stroud's in there.
He is.
I don't think Marvin Harrison would be in there then. So there's 2 guys. Trying to think about teams who were good last year. Gavin. I know his name. Oh, the other 3 guys were in the playoff last year. Because he said at least you guys get to play in the playoff. So is Max Duggan in there?
Yes.
Okay. So we have Max Duggan, C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, and we have one guy from that other. So there's Michigan in that. There's Ohio State. I got Ohio State. I don't think it was Stetson Bennett. I'm gonna throw Stetson Bennett in there.
It was Stetson Bennett.
That's a great poll.
It was Stetson Bennett.
That is a great poll.
And you know what everybody got wrong? They
What?
all said Bryce Young. Everybody said
Really?
Bryce Young instantly.
Wow.
First name everybody said was Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, no, you're wrong. And everybody's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I mean, he was first pick last year. So it was a good guess, but they didn't make the playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't really, he didn't have a better, he probably would have been obviously the finalist. This is kind of crazy to say, but tell me if I'm wrong here.
Okay.
Would Caleb Williams have been a finalist last year if he didn't win?
No.
No?
You're never in the Heisman finals if you don't win.
So you think like the criteria is either you win or you're in the playoff? And it's like if you're in the playoff, then like
Oh no.
you get an invite?
No.
No, I'm saying like, is that what you think? You think Caleb Williams would have been a finalist if he didn't win last year? Like, do you think they still would have invited him to New York and done all this stuff if he didn't win? Even though he wasn't in the playoff.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of like Marvin Harrison this year. Do you think it would have been like that?
Wait, Marvin Harrison was there.
No, I know. I'm saying like, do you think that, say like last year, if Bryce Young was in, he'd be kind of in Marvin Harrison's position that he was in this
Oh.
year. Do you think Caleb Williams, if he didn't win last year, would have been a finalist?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
No? You think it would have been Bryce Young in there instead?
Yeah, I would say probably Bryce Young would have been in there last year.
I just don't think J.J. McCarthy got enough love last year, but no, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
I don't think he got enough love this year.
Moving on to the... No, I don't think so either.
So
But
that's
that's a whole...
5 for 13.
14. 5 for 14.
So I'm on my last question.
Last question here.
I'm proud of myself that I got 5. Is that the highest that anybody's ever gotten?
Yes.
Okay.
So this last one, you might be able to get it, or you're going to be like, I know who it is, and I can't think of his name.
Okay.
Okay? What?
Is this NFL?
Yeah, it's NFL 3. Sorry.
Okay.
So the description that I use is not like it's literally just a generic description of the guy so you can get like a feel for
Okay.
it. Okay.
Okay.
What 2010's running back has the record for receptions in a Super Bowl?
Running back?
No. He has the record for receptions in a Super Bowl. But this,
I thought
I
you said
gave
he
you a
was a
little
running
hint.
back.
I gave you a little hint that he is a
Oh.
running back, a 2010's running back.
Okay.
But he leads the like all time. He's the leading reception. He is the all-time number of highest receptions in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How do I word that? I don't
No,
know.
I think you're right. I'm gonna kind of go through my Super Bowls right here.
Mhm.
So
That's what everybody's doing. Just going to through
Yeah.
the running backs and the Super Bowls.
So 2010 was the Saints and Colts year. I don't think it was any one of those. The next year was the Packers and the Steelers. I don't think it was any one of those. Giants, Patriots. It could be a Patriot. I mean, they're in it a lot, so that could be in discussion. Seahawks were in it for 2 years, but I don't think it's Marshawn Lynch. Broncos, I don't think so. Only 2. Why can't I think of the one after? I can't think of the one after the Giants Patriots for some reason.
Which one? Oh, like the 2011 one?
No, the 2013 one. That's stumping me.
Oh, that was Seahawks Pats. That was
it
after Seahawks beat the Broncos. Then they lost the next year
Okay.
to the Pats.
All right, so I'm back on pace.
And then it was Broncos beat the Panthers.
And then what other games? Where we leave off? 2018? No, we left off at 2017?
At Super Bowl 49 was Seahawks Pats.
Okay,
And
so
then 50
was Broncos, Panthers.
Yeah.
51 was Patriots and
Falcons that year.
Falcons, and then it was Patriots, Eagles, and then was that the last game of the 2010s?
Patriots Rams.
Was the last
I
game of
think,
the 2010s? I hear
And then
Patriots.
and then Kansas City Niners.
Okay,
That was even though that was played in 2020, I'm counting that as
okay.
a 2010s
I'm not
Super
gonna
Bowl.
throw anyone in there from that game, anyways. But unless that's what you're trying to get at, but I don't think so.
Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, the Patriots is kind of shining my eyes to like a James White.
This guy had 14 receptions in the Super Bowl.
Oh, it's in one singular Super
In
Bowl.
one single, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking me
No,
who was the guy who had the most throughout the whole.
no.
2010s?
No,
Oh,
like who? Like this guy leads has the record for receptions in a game
Okay.
in the Super Bowl, and he just happens to be like some random 2010s running back.
I look back at.
That's why I said it, because otherwise it would have been instant. You'd be like, oh, Jerry Rice. I mean, he was second, but that's what probably everybody would say. So that's why I wanted to put it in there, like a little disclaimer that he was not just a running back, but like not like a. You knew it wasn't like Marshawn Lynch from how I worded that.
Yeah. I'm gonna. It's kind of between two guys for me.
Who do you think? I'm really interested.
I feel like James White's got to be on there.
Okay. What about the other guy?
The other guy I'm not loving, like Sony Michel. But I don't.
Like Sony Michel?
I don't know because I don't know what he did during that
Oh,
game.
I don't know.
And I know you're
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
tell me it's one of those.
No,
guys.
I'm not. You're
And then the
right.
last guy I was thinking about was LeGarrette Blount, but I don't think he was a pass.
So you're
guy,
locked in on like the Patriots right now. You're thinking it's one of them. Very fair.
unfortunately.
Very fair. They were in a lot, so
I mean, yeah.
chances are.
And James White had that last touchdown. James White was a receiving back. I'm gonna go James White.
It is James White. 14
go.
receptions in Super Bowl 51 against the Falcons.
Yep, that was the exact
But-
Super Bowl I was thinking of.
Funny thing is that last play was a run.
I know the
Yeah, it
I know
was
the
a
last
little-
play
it was a
a
little
pitch.
pitch. Yeah, it was a little
It was
pitch.
a little.
But I think it's funny
Toss.
because like I feel like if you see the ball in the air there, you're like, oh, that was one of his 14 receptions right there. No, he had 14 throughout the
Yeah.
whole game. I mean, that's crazy that
I wanna-
he's the guy.
Yeah, I want to
He's-
give a shout out to my roommate Ian Gould. We call him Speed. He was telling me about all the historic facts from James White's receiving.
Really?
Not about that Super Bowl, but he
Oh,
told me
wow.
that he's like top like 5 or something in the Patriots history for most receptions from a running
Oh.
back or something. So
I mean,
that's what led me to my decision.
if I knew that, I probably wouldn't have put this question. But I thought this
still
was.
had to- I still really had to
thought
think
this
about
was a
that.
very interesting question because it's kind of just completely random.
I mean, then
like,
again, it could have been from any Super Bowl.
that's why I narrowed it down for
Yeah.
you a little bit because it was still like you had to really think about it because
Yeah.
guys like LeGarrette Blount or Sonny Michel could have been the answers. Or I thought maybe I would have gotten you with maybe like a C.J. Anderson game when they won. When the Broncos
Yeah,
won
yeah.
against the Panthers, I thought
Yeah.
maybe you would throw him in there maybe.
I don't
But
know.
that was a good one, good pull right there.
James White set 6 for 15.
Yeah, 6 for 15.
Not bad. I'll
Not
take
bad
it.
at all. I thought these were
There was a
pretty
couple I should have had, especially that Final Four one's gonna egg me on for the rest of the day. But
Final Four one. The
Yeah.
Auburn.
yeah,
Yeah.
Auburn. I should have known that one.
I mean, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
You were really close on some of them. I mean, even the NHL one, you got Seattle and Winnipeg in that one.
Yeah.
And then you were 2 away from that. Then I was actually really shocked you got the Nuggets like instantly because I don't know. I feel like that Nuggets question, the 3-1 comeback, I thought that would have been
I just
kind
remember
of
that because
it was
I
such
mean,
like a
I mean, that playoff. I was telling Charlie this the other day, watching that bubble.
We'll have a whole episode on the bubble because
Yeah.
we both were fans of the bubble.
Yeah, I mean, I loved watching basketball
Looking
at
back.
noon to 12 o'clock at night. I mean, it was
March
awesome.
Madness.
It was just like
But it
March
was in the
Madness when-
summer.
Yeah,
It was like arguably better.
I think. I mean,
It's
don't
not,
think
it
it
wasn't.
was.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
But
March
no,
Madness is one
I'm
of the
gonna say
greatest
this,
things
though.
ever invented.
I think it was more fun to watch than regular NBA playoffs.
100%. 100%.
I just wish they had the games like that in the summer.
the
all
only
time.
thing that I didn't like about the bubble, and we can get into this, was just there was no crowd.
Yeah, there's no fans.
So other than that,
But
though,
imagine like fans in the summer.
that
like
would have been awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. Not that year, but the next year when the Bucks and the Suns played in the
Yeah.
finals. Remember that whole like.
I hated that playoff.
Remember the-
that playoff was horrible.
Remember the Bucks. I love that playoffs.
That
First year we
playoffs-
made the conference finals, man. I had to like that playoff.
I mean, I hated
Um,
that playoff. I mean, it could have been because it was a gentleman's sweep. So
Yeah. But remember outside the Bucks Arena, Pfizer Forum, that's their arena name. Remember that whole like sea of green thing that they did? Like that was sick because
Yeah.
that was in the summer too. Because that
was.
season was pushed back.
Yep.
Because of the bubble season, it was also
the
short.
first game was on December 23rd, and
Yeah.
the Celtics. Jason Tatum hit a bank shot over Giannis for the win
and
at
then
home.
and then
remember
the
that
Bucks won in like July. They
Yeah.
won the championship in like July. Because remember, I watched one of the finals games when I was at my aunt's house after 4th of July. Not on the 4th of July,
Yeah,
but like
but
around
around
the
there,
week.
yeah.
Around the week.
one. Wow.
So interesting there. So that's our trivia right there. Hopefully you guys got some right. Let us know how many you got right
Yeah, we're curious.
in the comments because I feel like some of these were tough and it was pretty well rounded too. I tried to make it as well rounded as possible because it's not always as fun when you're just doing one league.
Yeah.
And you get in a rhythm of it because this made you on your toes, you know?
And like
So-
not doing the 3 questions in a row, bouncing around made
Yep.
it fun.
Yeah. So I had it originally like that and I was like, I'll just bounce it around. I don't want to end with soccer.
Yeah.
You know, and no disrespect to soccer, but didn't want to end with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I show respect for it.
Got it, definitely. So thank you guys for listening. Leave any criticism you guys have in the comments below or on our Instagram.
Is at Out of Bounds Podcast with a dot in between every single word.
Yes, there is, Gavin. And thank you guys. Have a great day.
Have a day.